So today I just want to talk a little bit about marketing your farm online. And this is really just kind of a high level overview, just some basics, some things to think about if you're considering, marketing your farm online. There's a lot of pieces that really need to be put in place to make this work. And I'll post this so you can see the document, you can kind of read through it. I'm not going to read through the whole thing. You can do that on your own, but I want to touch on some of these pieces and kind of give you some examples here. Um, you know, we talked a little bit about kind of some of the pros and cons of different farm marketing strategies. And just to reiterate, marketing online has the most scalability, right? You can hit, a huge audience. You're not tapped out by your local market or by the hours you're open. Your online store can be open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's unlimited growth. Like you can have as many people, you can reach as many people you want online, right? But the disadvantage is it's very difficult these days to find customers and convert them into buyers with an online store. Doesn't mean it can't be done, but there's a lot of pieces that have to fall in place to do it and do it well. You know, 10, 15 years ago, you could post anything. You can have any, website. You could post anything on social media. You get tons of likes and followers. And this is all still, kind of new, and it was really easy to do. Nowadays, the online space has gotten so competitive. As a farmer, you're competing with the likes of Amazon and ButcherBox and these huge companies that invested millions of dollars into marketing, farm grown food online. And so there's really two reactions to that. One is, we can kind of double down on what is our advantage. Like as a small farmer producer, you don't have the budget, you don't have the marketing, you don't have the ad spend. You don't have the stuff that a big company like ButcherBox has, right? But what do you have? Well, the advantage you have is you can tap into your local market. You have your unique farm, your unique story, and what makes your product special, what makes your farm special. Um, your story about what you do and why you do it and how you got into it, and having that local connection with your local customers. That's really what stands out. That's what sets you apart from these big companies. So you can do an online store. It is not easy to do because, as I mentioned, there's a lot of pieces that have to be in place to really make it work. But it can be done if you leverage kind of your advantages, your local advantages, what makes you you. And makes your farm unique, makes your products unique. So the first thing really, when you're thinking about doing an online store is really noting who your audience is. Who are you going after? Is it, your customer avatar is what they call it to identify, is it moms with two kids that go to soccer practice on the weekend and want to have good food for their families? Is it somebody that's trying to lose weight and just needs healthier alternatives? Or is it somebody that is a health fad, or is there somebody, or maybe there's somebody who's more into the regenerative aspect? I mean, there's lots of different angles and different people that you're targeting. And all the information on your website should kind of relate to that, at least if you're promoting certain products. Um, we talked a little about, how you can build a website. And so there's lots of different options: Squarespace, Shopify, WordPress. We use WooCommerce, and I'm gonna show you, my website and kind of what it looks like. And at the minimum on a website, you really want to have your homepage, an about us page talking about what you do, of course, your shop, your products that you have,
It's that dog always our dog.
and a way for people to contact you. Sometimes people can also include a blog or like videos that they have as well. But these are kind of the minimums that you really want on your page. And you don't want your page or your website to be too cluttered. You don't want too much on there. You really want people the goal is to get people to go to your website, learn about what you do, why you do it, what makes your product special or unique, and have an option for them to buy, right? And there's some other things that we'll talk about that are important to that. Again, it used to be, 10, 15 years ago, you could put up any kind of website, it would work just fine. Nowadays, there's a lot more to it. There's a lot that goes on to really make the website tick. It needs to be optimized for mobile. It needs to be quick. It needs to be smooth. So there's a lot to really make this thing work, but it can be done. Part of what you want to include in your website, especially your About Me page, your homepage. I'll show you my website here. Is you want to talk a little bit about what you do. First of all, who are you, right? And what do you do? And we talk a little about our farm, what we do, what our mission statement is. And of course, we talk about, what, give some information to the customer as far as shipping and delivery. A couple of lists of our products. Reviews are another big thing so we put a lot of pictures. This is pictures from people that have used our product, goes a long way. Customer reviews mean a lot. If you got great Google reviews, great notes from your customers, it goes a long way just for them building the confidence and wanting to buy your stuff. Another important piece to have on your website would be a FAQ, or frequently asked questions, just to ease their minds if they're looking at buying, especially if they're looking at shipping their product, if they're out of state or they're from a longer distance, they want to ship it, or even just for a new buyer and they're not sure how deliveries work. What's your delivery schedule? Is it frozen? We just have all these questions in here. How can you track it? Is your poultry antibiotic and hormone free? And just frequently asked questions we get. How does home delivery work? How does your subscriptions work? Stuff like that. How much freezer space do you need? These frequently asked questions, just make it simple for them. It avoids all the emails and all the questions you're going to get. It makes it, kind of puts the customers at ease and feel comfortable with purchasing from you. That's another important piece. Quality visuals. So pictures, go to our store. There's a couple of different ways to do pictures. I like to present pictures kind of like you see here. There's two different ways, right? Two different pictures I like to post. If you can post multiple pictures, it's great. So like here, you would show the raw product outside of the package, right? So they can see what they're getting. So these are turkey legs, right? This would be on a board. We just put like a nice background, really nice professional photo. You can hire a photographer for pretty cheap, or you can even take some nice photos with your iPhone and upload them. That's kind of the first picture I like folks to see so they know what they're buying. The second thing is sometimes I'll post an additional photo if you have the option of a cooked product, right? So